Hello there, it is day 2. I just got up a little bit ago, and, I'm in a lot of pain. I suppose this is a good point to tell you I'm disabled. I have scoliosis, migraines, seizures, schizophrenia, bipolar, and, asthma, and I need glasses. So I'm disabled in a lot of ways. But today is a high pain day. Mostly in my head. I've got a migraine. But this won't all be complaining. Don't mind me. I am helping with the pain. Weed is legal where I live, so it's a hell of a painkiller, and it's not habit forming, so. And it helps with anxiety. I'm so anxious. You guys get nervous before you record a video, or while you're recording a video? Or streaming? Like, I have this thing where I shake my leg, and both legs are shaking. I have the calves of a god. So, there's a lot of myths out there about schizophrenia and what it is, how it works, and who is vulnerable to it. Okay. So, schizophrenia. It's kind of a processing disorder. Basically, everything we see, hear, and feel is data. It's electrical signals that are sent to the brain, and the brain makes up all the pictures we see and all the things we hear. So, schizophrenia is simply a disorder where you get extra stimuli, and your brain interprets that as the same signals as you would get from actually seeing something or hearing something or feeling something, because it's all senses can be subject to hallucination is the best word I've got for it. So, like me, I'm medicated, and I am in therapy, and I've been working on myself for many, many years now. I am mostly stable. Therapy has helped a lot, and medicine has helped tremendously. It's not perfect. I still have some symptoms. Even though I'm medicated and in therapy, I still have some paranoia, and I have occasionally had breakthrough hallucinations. Like, recently there have been extra people in the room that don't exist. I talked to my psychiatrist again soon, and I will bring it up, but that's a little of what it's like. Unmedicated, I would have this voice in my head, and it was actually my mother's voice, and she was very abusive towards me. I'll spare you the details, but you need the genetic marker and serious trauma to develop schizophrenia. And I had both growing up. It started in my teens, and let me get some water. My mouth is dry. So for me, it started in my teens. I had this delusion that I was more than human, and that heaven and hell were fighting over who could get me. I was also Christian at the time. I thought it was real. It didn't even occur to me that it wasn't real. And I had friends who fed into it. I'm not sure if we would call them friends at this point, though we were all teenagers, so I'm pretty sure they were just humoring me and didn't really have any malicious intent. But, yeah, when you have people that feed into it and act like it's real, it's even harder to decipher what's real and what isn't. Like I said, I'm medicated, but I do still get hallucinations from time to time, and the more stressed out I am, the worse it gets. So even medicated, if I get too stressed, I will start hallucinating. Therapy has helped a lot with deciphering what's real and what isn't, though there's always this thought in the back of my head that what if it's mystical in nature and I'm not actually crazy? But that's just the paranoia, because I'm diagnosed, medicine helps, and well, it's just not true. So I do a lot of checking the facts and research, and I have had to decipher what's real and what's not, what's paranoia, what's delusion. Because you can't tell when you're in it. When you're in it, everything feels real. And the threat feels very real. And you don't know who to trust. I think that's part of the hardest, not the hardest part, but part of the hardest thing is learning how to trust again. Like, I still don't trust myself. I'm getting more confident. I'm I'm getting more confident, but I still have this fear that the medicine will stop working and I'll have to go into hiding just to avoid stress. But so that fear isn't as unfounded as you might think. As a schizophrenic gets older, the symptoms get worse, and medicine starts working. It starts working less and less. So eventually, the medicine will stop working, and I'll be subject to my mind again. But we try not to think about those days. Oh, okay. So, a lot of people confuse schizophrenia and dissociative identity disorder. They're not actually the same thing. They're very different, actually. With schizophrenia, you might have voices in your head, but it's also paranoia and delusions and a loss of reality. But with DID, it's a splitting of a person. Or, though I don't have DID, I can't speak to the experience of people with DID. I just know people always ask me how many personalities I have when I tell them about the schizophrenia, and it's not how that works. And I'm pretty sure I have no idea how it works with DID. So, I know media portrayals are generally not accurate. At least the schizophrenia portrayals that I've seen are not really that accurate. But it's more insidious, and your brain is subtle about hallucinations and paranoia and delusions. It starts small and it gets bigger and bigger until your brain jumps the shark and it becomes obviously not real. Well, after my diagnosis, I was able to tell when the hallucinations jumped the shark. But before diagnosis, I was not so good at that. The final straw that sent me to get help was I woke up one day and went to get coffee, and there was a tiger in the kitchen. Just chilling. Just a white tiger chilling on the floor in the kitchen. Didn't even notice me. And I'm just like, huh. Well, that can't be real. And I decided to get help. I've been trying to get disability benefits since my diagnosis, because it's been difficult to stay medicated because, well, it's hard to stay insured when you can't hold down a job. I eventually went through, the process of getting state health coverage, I had to go to court and prove that I was schizophrenic and disabled. But eventually I got there, and I've been medicated for years now, consistently, and it's been really helpful. And I would like to encourage any other schizophrenics out there who are currently not medicated to try to see if you can find one that works for you. I know mental health services are hard to come by in the United States. Like I said, I had to go to court to get my insurance. But it's worth the effort. It really, really is. I still can't hold down a job. The stress, even with medication, causes hallucinations and all the other symptoms get exacerbated. So, it's a lot. I lost my last job after the seizure diagnosis. I was a video game tester, and I started spacing out really bad. Like, I would open up the game to test, and then suddenly it would be hours later, and I've done nothing. And I thought I was disassociating, because that's also a symptom of schizophrenia. But my psychiatrist wanted me to check physical issues first, and well, I turned out to have seizures. It's not that out of left field, though. I've had these episodes since I was little where I would be standing somewhere or doing something, and then suddenly time has passed and I'm still standing there doing absolutely nothing, and my head hurts so bad afterwards. When I was younger, before my diagnosis, I thought they were demon attacks. Yeah. The reason I talk about all of this isn't for sympathy or anything like that. I want to bring awareness to the disability, and part of that is talking about my experience. So I wanted to dedicate a video to that. There is a bunch more stuff, but that's a lot of information for a little video. So I'll let you process that, and you can ask me any questions you have in the comments down below. If you like my rambling videos, I am doing, what's 30 minus 2? 27, 28 more videos this month. We'll see if I can manage it. These are gonna have minimal editing. And I'm gonna edit out the long pauses, but I'll leave some of the pauses in, just so you can get a feel for how I actually speak. Let's see. Was there anything else I wanted to tell you today? Nope. That's all I've got for today. As always, Petals, I believe in you. And as long as somebody believes in you, you can do anything. So, let's get out there and do anything. Alrighty, Petals. See you in the next video tomorrow.